Hello, is this Mr. Camping here with a new stream? In this stream, I'm going to be going over the event week for this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. But yeah, starting off, the main thing going on, I would say, for the event is definitely going to be that Cayo Panther statue here. Granted, it is one time only, like it has been the other times. But because it's a solo heist, I feel it's more worth doing than the other ones going on. And there's other couple in there, which are probably the other couple more worthwhile things going on for money stuff and whatnot during the end of event week. No, major addition into the game. But on the newswire, they state on Tuesday there will be a new vehicle coming out, actually. Like a wide-body version for like a German classic or something. I believe they mentioned on the newswire. So yeah. And yes, I said Tuesday. So that means that this is actually a shorter event week than usual. So only got a few days to do this Panther statue and stuff here, so keep that in mind. And the 2x heist finale, and that's for Prison Break, and then the Series A funding. Prison Break is pretty much the worst heist in the game, I feel. Obviously it was going to happen at some point, and this is the point that it happens, but yeah, I feel Prison Break is the worst heist in the game, money-wise at least, for the amount of effort you have to do and stuff, so honestly, you really want to do the heist challenge, I feel it's kind of a pass. Series A, I feel is okay though. It's nowhere near the best original heist. I do feel Humane Labs Raid and Felisa and Pacific Standard are better, but Series A I feel is at least better than Prison Break, so if there were one you want to do over and over again, I feel Series A is one to do. And the Umbrella Clothing. Log in to receive a knuckle and duster tee and baseball bat tee. I feel they released these before, maybe they're just re-releasing them now. Similar to the ones they did previously. It's one of those clothing celebrations for the 25th year anniversary for the series slash franchise. The GTA series is 25 years old now, so it's kind of just a celebration thing for that. So it wouldn't be surprising that they're repeats. Probably some of the more iconic clothing in the game, especially baseball and bat. That's the exact. That's the exact one from GTA 3. And yeah, got a pretty good series. That will be 2x money RP. But yeah, it's racing. And yeah, the racing won't be as good as the heists. So I do not recommend that one whatsoever. In comparison to any of this over here. It's more of a mode of fun. And yeah, like I said, it ends on Monday, Tuesday, so only until November 21st. And yeah, just thing going on with hidden caches, more for that later. And yeah, you can get some Mito Cuban shirt and striker hat. One's just a complete the finale. And the other has to do with the film approach, from what I've heard. More on that later. Alright. Twin finale gets you to this Mito Cuban shirt. And complete the heist finale using villain approach. We'll get you to check our hat for December 2nd. Also, it's the 21st. But yeah, getting 30 in cashes will get you $100,000. And cashes himself will get you a lot more money than the 100,000 bonus. 30 is essentially 3 days worth for like a 5-day event. That's not really that worth doing, I feel, because you barely get any break there. And that'll be it for now. Alright, at least one of those code engines might have needed, or I guess both. Also does that if you already have it anyways. But yeah, regular time trial for the week is sniper spots. If I remember right, it kind of goes like upward and stuff, so there might be a lot of highway. And therefore a top speed vehicle can actually be really good in there, I would imagine, so it could be a better time trial for a top speed vehicle. Oh yeah, did a mixing heist recently there, so I got that for that heist challenge. But yeah, for 9th gen, your typical like HSW. But yeah, 9th gen, your typical vehicles you want to use for a time trial would be the HSW Hot Drag, HSW Motorcycle, and any of the free like HSW supercars, I would say. So like HSW Organized Ignis, HSW Depsy, HSW Second 2. And then the newer couple HSW vehicles, the Vicaro ZX and this HSW Sterling GT, those are, I think, the best couple top speed vehicles in the game altogether, actually, which could be kind of nice for the highway if I recall. I think there's a bit of like streets in this one, depending on how far up it goes. And then, yeah, if you are on 8th gen, body 801 can still be pretty good in there. Gauzy body 801 for like $15,000, that very good cheap motorcycle from back in the day. I think it's still within top 5. Manchester Scowl, I think, is pretty good for top speed still. Even better for top speed would be the Western Reaver from the Contract DLC, though, I believe is still a good one for a motorcycle. And then there's the regular Hottail Drag and like the regular Taro. There's probably a few good motorcycle suggestions there, perhaps. And then for supercar, I mean, top couple of supercars for lap time on 8th gen. There's like Benefactor Krieger, Projan Emrys, and the new LM87 from Criminal Enterprises. I mean, it's pretty good for the new LM87. And then Heat History 11. The regular Devastation, and then I think the Banshee 900Rs are top couple top speed supercar options for 8th gen. And then, yeah, I see Bandito time trial this time around this Power Station. Moves back to the very last RC Bandito time trial in the game. Once this one completes, it'll go back over to Construction Site 1. But yeah. If I remember correctly, there's NPCs that'll spawn if it's like any like normal weather. So you might want to wait till like nighttime, or maybe it's only dependent on if it's like raining or whatever, that might be spawn NPCs that are around the power station. So if you do it at like certain times, certain weather conditions, you might have an easier time on this one. There's a bit of advice I can think of here. So as for that, you just don't know what a corner and whatnot, which changes each course basically. And you can only use one vehicle, so not really anything for vehicle advice to give. HSW time trial this time around is Sandy Shores. I believe this one goes over to like the scrapyard from like that one story mission. Yeah, like over here, I think it does. It's not a really bad one at all. I think it's pretty alright. HSW one pretty much uses time trials though. And I pretty much gave all my advice on the HSW vehicles, so no need to really do that again. So pretty much any HSW vehicle can work, because the part time is determined on the one you use. Unlike other time trials where the time is equal for every vehicle. So you can pretty much use anything there. Then yeah, the premium race for the week is for muscle class. You cannot really see like what the like courses here to really see if it's top speed. But yeah. For 9th gen, there's two HSW muscle cars for 9th gen that are probably the best you can use, pretty much, in a sense. And that would be the HSW Vidjera ZX again, like number 1 top speed in the entire game for 9th gen. And then the Arbiter GT HSW, significantly worse HSW muscle car as far as I know. Might be like the worst HSW vehicle in the game, but still it's HSW, so it should be good for top speed and stuff at least. And yeah, for 8th gen, that new Weevil custom is pretty good. That BF Weevil custom that came out like a week or two, a couple weeks ago or whatever, around like Halloween time. Weevil custom is pretty good. Buffalo SDX, like that Monty Tech muscle car from Contract, is pretty good, from what I recall. And I think there's some more options to mention here as well. But yeah. For 8th gen, the Dominator ASP, like, tuner muscle car can be pretty alright. And then the regular Yosemite still seems to be like number. Oh, wait. Never mind, actually. I think Weevil Custom and Buffalo STX, I feel, should be enough, like, options for 8th gen, maybe. So I'll just go with those two. But yeah. I was gonna go for more vehicles from Brophy 152 spreadsheet, but nah. Not for that, at least. Because there's so many Criminal Enterprise muscle cars that are on this spreadsheet. I think the few I mentioned should be pretty good warrior for 9th gen. Oh shit.
You're kidding? I totally nailed that audition. Well, fuck them. That network sucks.
But yeah. If I remember looking right on the Rockstar Newswire, the coding vehicle for the week, I believe, is Gallivanter Baller ST. Fortunately, you cannot see the name of it when you double press down there, but yeah, should be the Gallivanter Baller ST. Which I think is the latest baller that was released from Contract DLC.
Welcome to the Diamond Casino and Resort. Indulge yourself in San
I mean, that would be an SUV class. More details later now. Oh, I got Mystery Illusion. Oh, it's short sleeve. I just got fucking clothing for Mystery Marina Slim. There's a whole fucking clothing section. But yeah, should be in this section since for the last couple updates are featured here. So yeah, the Gallivanter Baller ST, by getting the vehicle, you will save $667,500. Plus, if you keep delivery, that's probably another like 20 to 30,000. So, either way, a little under 700,000 savings, which you can easily get that in like one car per guy. So that's not that significant. But yeah, I'll go over the performance from roughly 152 spreadsheet here. And yeah, bar ST is apparently a B tier for SUV class, and that means it is 8th place lap time apparently, and then 8th place top speed as well. So it's within top 10 for SUV class. Top 3, top 5, nor your number 1 option really. But yeah, it can still be okay at least. I don't feel they typically didn't add too many SUVs. I feel contract was kind of an exception, so I feel like it'd still be good for a bit. So I feel like it can still be pretty alright even in the next couple of updates. But yeah. And again, every podium is good as well. Because when they first released the Bar ST, it was actually available for free, because it was released around like December, and like Baller. I don't know, I think Baller kind of fits the Christmas theme if I remember, so I think they give you as a free vehicle before. That one's about with the podium though. So you can kind of get it for free again, which is nice. If you get that 1 in 20 chance there engine.
It's not my fucking bad, is it?
But yeah. We missed out on it as a free vehicle in like the last year, then I'll kind of say it's a pass though. When it was like a free vehicle at the end of last year, essentially. And yeah, next I'll go over the test track here. And as far as I've heard, there's 2 or 3 vehicles on discount for the test track. So one vehicle actually should not be on discount. Okay, so test ride vehicles this time around is a Volcar Nebula Turbo, Toyota Gasser for Vapid Toyota Gasser, and then the Class A Hot Ring Saber. And I think the one that's not on discount, I believe, is the Peyote Gasser here. So I think I'm mainly talking Nebula Turbo and then the Hot Ring Saber. So I'll start off here with the Nebula Turbo once I make sure the Peyote Gasser is not on discount. Alright, yeah, the Peyote Gasser is not on discount. So if I look into the Nebula Turbo here. And that'll be a 30% off discount. I think it's in Sport Classic class or something. Alright, yes it is. But yeah, full car Nebula Turbo, according to Bruffy 132 spreadsheet, is a F tier for the Sport Classic class. F is pretty bad, obviously, here, so that gives it like 31st place for lap time and then 30th place for top speed, according to the Bruffy 132 spreadsheet. So that makes it pretty bad for the Sport Classic class and pretty bad performance in general, I imagine. And yeah, Sport Classic class has vehicles that are like old school, like supercars in the class. I think it's not surprising that's pretty bad performance. So the main reason to get it would be customizations. As I mentioned earlier, Peyote Gaster, I'm not really going to cover that one because it's not on a discount. And then the Class A Hot Ring Saber. Class A Hot Ring Saber was definitely in the sport class. That's pretty interesting sport car as well because it has its own money opportunity as well. Talk about it in a little bit. But yeah, according to the Bruffy 132 spreadsheet, the Hot Ring Saber is at least F tier. So yeah, F tier sport car. And the sport class is even bigger, so that's even worse. Kinda the Nebula Turbo. But yeah. Has 64th place lap time and then 22nd top speed at best. So yeah, it's nowhere near that top 10, so therefore I would not bother with it. At least when it comes to the performance standpoint. However, though, there is actually a whole set of races here known as Hot Ring Circuit that actually let you use a custom Hot Ring Saber though. So therefore it has that at least for an exclusive money opportunity, so that actually makes it pretty worthwhile, kind of. Just a general performance is not really necessarily that great. So it's still worth it though for the money opportunity though. So if there's definitely one to get on discount, I would definitely go to the Saber, Hot Ring Saber. Prize ride for the week is the Lampadati Tropos Rally. And yeah. Wow, that's... What even is this challenge right now? Even it's a 5-day event. I feel if it was a 7-day event, 3 days would be more reasonable, but a 3-day fucking prize art challenge for a 5-day event. Yeah, it's a 5-day event week, it ends on the 21st. So the shorter event week makes it more of a tight challenge. But yeah, placed top 3 for 3 days in a row in a street race series. That's actually pretty doable, since it has a minimum of 2 players. So if you're playing minimal 2 players or even 3 players, are pretty much a guarantee for that each time. You just have to do one each day. We had a real easy find, just find street race hyphen nicknaming for each street race. But yeah, minimal of 2 players, so top 3 is so easy to do. The only annoying part is not 3 days in a row for a 5-day event. Oh yeah, that was right. And then, yeah. HSW test ride for the week is Coil Cyclone 2, which is the electric supercar HSW vehicle. And the main thing it's going for is the acceleration, which means it gets from no speed to top speed real quick. But the top speed is not very good for HSW at least. So because it's an electric car, it does not get top speed compared to other HSW vehicles. It's a pretty interesting option to use, but I'd definitely say to weaponize Ignis is a lot more worth it. And then if you want true top speed, you need the devastating HSW. So I feel it's the worst of the free HSW supercars. But yeah, there's barely any HSW vehicles, so it's hard to say it's not a recommendation at least. And then, yeah, luxury autos this time around. The Grotti Itali RSX, and then the Overflot Morgan. Both are apparently on discount. Oh, and yeah, I didn't mention the Hiring Saber, I don't think, but that's also a 30% off, just like the Nebula Turbo. I don't think I mentioned that. Alright, yeah. Both of them are on 30% discount here. So just like prize riding, just like test ride vehicles, 30% off. But yeah, starting off with the Itali RXS, going off of Bruffy 132 spreadsheet, the Itali RSX is an S tier. S tier is the best tier of the game, and that makes it 4th place at lap time, and then 4th place top speed. So it's not top 3 territory, at least on 9th gen. It's probably actually very good on 8th gen especially, but on 9th gen it could still be pretty okay to decent, I would say. Well, within the top 5. So this one's still definitely pretty worthwhile. So I would definitely consider it as a non-HSW supercar. And then the Overflot of Morgan. I believe that's another sport car. But yeah, I think it's electric as well. Similar to that Cyclone 2. But yeah. Overflot of Morgan. According to Bruffy 152 spreadsheet, it is in the A tier. And at best, that makes it 7th place for lap times. It's still within top 10, pretty much. But yeah, being an electric car, its top speed is really bad at 84th. So, still okay at least, but it's an electric car, so the top speed's pretty abysmal now. So if you're going to get one of these, I would probably definitely recommend the RSX. It's definitely a better buy of the two. But yeah, that Morgan is an electric car, so you're not getting top speed at all. And then yeah, as far as I remember hearing, all 5 of these should be on a discount as well. So I think all of these will have great stuff to talk about here for like the amount of detail I go into. So that'll be the Briosa 300, the Sylvester Famos, the TXF, and then the Manchester Scout. All 5 of them are on 30% off. So I'll start off with the Grotti Briosa 300. And yeah, that will be in a classic black. And it has white stripes livery. And it should be in the compacts class. But yeah, compact class is a pretty small class, so even if it performs pretty good, it's probably not going to be very popular for racing. If you had the main like vehicle races in the game that people do, I imagine a supercar and like a motorcycle pretty much. Compact class is probably not a class that gets raced very often. And yeah, has significantly less vehicles, there's not as much competition per se. But yeah, Briosa 300, according to Bruffy 1322 spreadsheet, is pretty much the worst compact of the game, at least for lap time. And that makes it at least 15th place. So I think it's like the worst compact, worst compact in terms of lap time, 15th place. And it actually also seems to be the worst for top speed as well. So apparently the Briosa 300 is not good at all. But it did get the new Briosa 300 wide body though from Benny's. So if you do get it, you can actually turn it over to the Briosa 300 wide body now as of Criminal Enterprises, which is a very recent vehicle in the latest update. So you can turn over to that, which is pretty cool. But from what I've heard, it doesn't gain that much improvement from performance though, so it still won't necessarily be that good performance-wise though. So it's pretty much purely good as a customization vehicle. It's been 7 pretty garbage. I think it can already be told just from driving in that little. So even for bare minimal compact class, it's pretty much the worst in the game. And then, yeah, on to the Sylvestra. I don't really care to talk about performance of that one, as it will show here. But yeah, the Sylvestra, and it's just 30% off price here, 693,000 from just 990. So about 300,000, off. I think 297,000. And yeah, has weapon modifications that can only be applied at vehicle workshop inside of vendor or MOC. You can also add the arena in here with the weaponized mechanic, but that did release afterwards, hence why it's not on the description there. So those are pretty much your free options for applying the machine guns on the Sylvestra. And yeah, it's a ground vehicle, not necessarily the speediest ground vehicle either, and it has like machine guns on it, so it's not going to be that useful for most money making. But yeah. Okay, I cannot get it, I guess, in here. But yeah, I would say at best it's good for simple stuff like headhunter, like VIP work and other small kind of stuff like that. Since it doesn't have air, it's not air vehicle, it doesn't have the best point A to point B, like convenience, like travel, point A, point B travel.
How many celebrities live here?
Okay, the rowing machine
But
is
yeah,
free. I gotta run.
it's definitely more useful than 90-95% of vehicles in the game, given it has like vehicle mounted weaponry. So I do recommend this one just because of its machine guns. And yeah, it's a metallic bronze in this Sylvestra. So it's a metallic bronze, no livery. Okay. And then the Class A Vamos is painted metallic spinnaker purple, pearlescent bright purple, and then it has matte black. For secondary, it looks like equipped with the assured safe livery. And yeah, that is 30% off price there. And that is in the muscle car class. So I'm trying to find it right now in the spreadsheet here so I can talk about it and stuff. Ooh, it's actually a pretty good wheelie there, I feel. Oh, my club is actually maxed out apparently, even though I never bothered those popularity missions. Nice, so I get there at some point. But yeah, pretty damn good wheelie, I feel, for a stock vehicle, which is nice to see, I guess. Or I think it is, anyways, but yeah. Class A Vamos is apparently a D-tier muscle car at best, which makes it like like 17th and like 31st place at best for lap time and top speed respectively. And yeah, that's without the Criminal Enterprise DLC, like muscle cars and account. And it's been quite the muscle cars that was added as well. So for lap time, it's probably in like the 20s now, at least on Night Gen. It's probably in the 20th placements now for its lap time. So I would pass on this one performance-wise at least. Just pretty much customizations, I would say. And yeah, next one here is Orphod Entity XF. And that's in a supercar class. It's in a supercar class, and it's actually from day one of the game. It's validity from September 2013, October 2013 for online. So it's a very old vehicle. It already debuted in the game. When the game first released. But yeah, the Entity XF, according to the Topography 1322 spreadsheet, at best it is a D tier supercar. And at best that makes it 36th place uptime and 42nd place top speed. And that will be in Torino Red. But yeah, given it's a vehicle from 2013, even if it performed good, I don't really recommend it. Because you can just get it in the story mode of the game, so no real sense in getting it online, I would say. So yeah, this vehicle is totally a waste of garage space, given you can get it in story mode and just see the customizations over there and use it over there and whatnot. And yeah, last but not least, for Simeon's here, for 30% off, there's the Batsu Manchester Scout. And that is in matte lime green. Matte lime green probably for primary, and then it says green as well for probably secondary there. And then it also has 90 sandbox and livery. So that's the build on it. And yeah, I kind of already mentioned a little bit about performance. It's pretty good actually for top speed for a motorcycle. Especially on the 8th gen without the HSW Hawktail drag.
Hey, what's up?
But yeah. According to Refi 1322, the Manchester Scout has 35th place at lap time, and then it also has 3rd place top speed. And yeah, Criminal Enterprises did not introduce any new motorcycles, so the performance is still up to date. So it's like in the 30s for a lap time. It's number 3 top speed though, which is pretty good. And that would be number 2 without HSW drag in the 19th version of the game. Again, I think the only one that's better than it for non-HSW, I think, is the Western Reaver from Contract. say this will be a pretty good top speed motorcycle. I think the performance here shows it as well for the stock version. Ah, that's how that works, okay. I don't think I ever like dismounted on a motorcycle like that. I want to try it, so yeah, I'm not too surprised that that's basically how it works. Yeah, I don't think I ever dismounted from a motorcycle on Simeon. I wanted to check that out there.
Why do you even exist?
Yeah, I'll go back for a final verdict that Simeon's here, which ones are worth and which ones are not worth getting, I would say. Oh shit, oh shit, okay, I don't know. Wasn't expecting it in there. But yeah, Briosa 300, like I mentioned, could be kind of worth it if you want the new Briosa 300 wide body from Colonel Enterprise, the Benny's version. Sylvester is totally worth it because of the machine guns. I think the Vamos and the Entity XF are probably the worst of the two, I would say, to get. I would kind of group the Briosa 300 in there as well, and that's only if you don't really care for all the Benny's vehicles in the game. Then that might be like the third worst kind of there. Because the Vestra, because the machine guns, and the Manchester Scout would definitely make a good one for a performance of the bunch here this time around. But yeah, that should be everything at the casino, the test track, luxury autos, and then the premium deluxe repo work. So from there, I'll talk about money opportunities and like discounts and stuff that have yet to be covered and whatnot. And yeah, if I did not mention yet, your Cayo Perico statue, like Panther statue, is a one-time only thing. Just like every other time the Panther statue came out, you only get it one time if you're a non-plus subscriber. If you have the subscription service still on the 9th gen system, you can actually get one every single week until like December 12th or something now, so you can still get more Panther statues on the subscription service. And yeah, that might be like the best like money thing they've ever offered, possibly on the subscription service. So if you're getting the subscription service for easy money making, that would kind of be the best opportunity to get it. But I don't care what your circumstances, it's really not a good reason if you want to get the subscription at the current moment, at least. I don't really feel it's all that worth it as long as you're willing to make the money yourself, like with normal methods and whatnot. Like doing some heist challenge stuff, I haven't even been hosting the heists. I mean, I've been doing the heists. I've already got up again to like 32 million. I've been just done like heist finales, like one heist finale for each heist. And there was like one or two, I feel, where somebody did like normal difficulty for some reason, which was kind of weird. And just, with the heisting stuff right now, especially, I feel there's not really too much need for the subscription though. And yeah, there's the new business stuff, like only lobby, so I feel just the one for this one event, for this one short 5-day event, I feel is kind of funny for the Panther statue. It sucks as a one-time only thing though. Unfortunately, it's not like Diamonds where you can get it again and again. You only get one Panther statue every time they bring it back, which is really dumb in my opinion. They should change that. They should make it like a 30% chance to get it again, just like Diamonds, I feel. Like, you cannot possibly tell me that El Rubio cannot mass produce that Panther statue just like everything else that gets mass produced, like the tequila and everything. So I feel there definitely deserves to be more than one per week. But I still want to go with the one per week for Panther statue. That they bring it back. Not talking about subscription again, I mean like normally. And yeah. Pretty sure Calprico is in here for her racing here, but yeah. But yeah, it's very easy to find the Calprico races. You just go into races, and then it says Calprico hyphen followed by the unique name for each race. But yeah, like I said, when there's a literal heist and like double money and stuff right now, there's definitely not much reason to do these for money making. It's only more for fun, I would say, this week at least. So I would say it's mostly a pass. But yeah, they say read on for more and check back on Tuesday, November 22nd as the heist challenge, as the heist event reaches its conclusion with the High Stakes Community Challenge. So yeah, the reason it's ending on Tuesday is kind of because they're doing like a huger thing for the heist month, it looks like later on. So that's kind of why there's the 5-day like event week this time around, why it's shorter. But yeah, I had to do clothing pop-ups. I guess I would go to the clothing store, show off the clothing stuff that was obtained on the actual character. I know there was the screenshots, but in case anyone wants to look on the actual character for any reason.
You see anything you like?
Oh yeah, I got that diamond strike vest. That was nice, I guess. And I'll probably never wear them, but yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, my old organic 100 collectible shit. Fucking 100. And yeah, that's right, I got such happiness that last time. I got Cayo the last time. But yeah. Knuckle Duster T. Apparently it's been in the game files at least since Dos Santos tuners, but I don't really recall having a proper release beforehand though. Could be wrong though. That was the previous one, I believe there again. I don't think it's got a star on here, but it seems this is the one you get. And yeah, this was tuners because I think it was coinciding with the stuff they were doing for Grand Theft Auto 3's like 20-year anniversary at the time. So I think they had that one out for a while. Kind of. As long as you got it the one time. That one's pretty cool. It's a baseball bat from Grand Theft Auto 3.
Stuff everywhere. Pasta.
stunt races, any of the regular stunt races that have 2 times money in RP, just like how Preco series. I assume they pay out pretty much the same way. I think any race in general pretty much pays out the same, so I think the old double money would give you like 16,000 or something on double money, but I think there was 50% more or something. I think they added as of Criminal Enterprise for like a permanent money boost for races, so 50% of like 16,000. I think you can maybe make like 20 to like 25,000 solo if you do like an 8 to 10 minute race. If you purposely wait the maximum amount of time to finish a race. Otherwise, you're obviously going to be racing against other people, and then, yeah, those amounts would be harder to remember, per se. I would say at most you might make like a little over 100,000 at most in a good race, with a lot of players, and you actually get like first place and stuff. But yeah, honestly, it's going to be nowhere near as good as the heist stuff going on, regardless, though.
No way!
But yeah. Oops. I guess you have to be in water to check it out, but yeah. Torador is one of the couple of vehicles that can actually find those hidden caches with like sonar capabilities. And again, I think there's like 10 per day, so I think for 30 you have to find like all of them for 3 days in a row. Honestly, getting all 10, even with Torador, can definitely take some time, I feel, so I feel it's not really not worth doing, given how scattered across the ocean they are. But yeah, the actual collectibles, I think, actually give you some pretty already money compared to most of the other, like, kind of, like, small, like, free-mode stuff in the game, I feel. Given that there's 10 of them, and you can use, like, sonar. Something you can do with the sonar, but yeah. The sonar normally gives you, like, barely any, like... Sonar basically barely, like, pops up with the, like, hidden caches. Every once in a while, the hidden caches pop up with the sonar because they're not on the screen all the time. Basically, every other second, I feel they pop up or something. So if you want to remember the locations better, if you want to like get them in like the other vehicles and stuff, maybe while you're grinding other stuff in like a helicopter or something, you can use this point of interest feature here, which is pretty nice to mark those like hidden caches. Even then, you'll probably still want like an underwater vehicle and stuff. I don't know. I feel they're way too scattered out around the map and whatnot, with how much ocean there is and everything, for it to not really necessarily be all that worth it just for $100,000. But yeah, 30 for a $100,000 bonus is not really worth it, I feel. Yeah, it's like 3 whole days worth in a 5-day fucking event, and it's insane. And yeah, according to Newswire, the sonar is on the Kasaka, the Avista, and the Torador. 2 of those vehicles can basically be inside of the Kasaka, and then the Kasaka itself also has sonar. So those are your 3 options. Best one's definitely the Torador, because that's the rocket boost. The other 2 are really bad options, I would say. And yeah, again, be on the lookout for Tuesday's event, which marks the arrival of a wide-bodied variant for a beloved German classic. Technically, basically it's an upcoming vehicle, so I'm not sure if I want to spoil it. Then again, they didn't have to like hint at it, so since they hinted at it, I might just give the answer here. But if anyone is curious as to what vehicle will be getting the wide body treatment, that'll be the Sentinel Classic. I think it was like a Sentinel they released around like Doomsday Heist. And it's basically like the Sentinel, I think, from like Grand Theft Auto 3 or something like that. It's pretty cool. Even has like modifications, you know, it's like the Leon, like louvers on the regular Sentinel Classic at least. It's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun, nostalgic vehicle. So I'm curious to see what they do with it on the like wide body version. Funny thing, actually, I did buy one like when they had one like on the Simeon like premium repo work one time or whatever, like the dealership. But yeah, I forgot I had one from like Prime Gaming. I remember there was one time when it was actually free on Prime Gaming, but I forgot, so I accidentally bought another one. But I did end up selling it anyways, so it was whatever. So apparently that Sentinel Classic's getting the wide body treatment. It is apparently also the last vehicle for the drip feed, so it should be the last vehicle of the entire DLC. So it will require another DLC for new vehicles, which is pretty much probably going to happen in December at some time. So not too much longer. Since that's when they usually do, like, they usually do December DLCs, pretty much. But yeah, I would not necessarily buy the Sentinel Classic just yet, though. I would probably wait until it comes out, see if they put on like a discount or something. Because they did that with the Weevil, for example. When they did the Weevil Custom, they actually put the regular Weevil on a discount, which is nice to save a little bit on the entire vehicle. So I could see them do something like that with the Sentinel Classic, perhaps. So I would maybe wait to purchase it. If you did not get it when it was on the showroom before. And yeah, from there, it's pretty much discount talking and like the time trials and whatnot. But yeah, all setup costs on the Cayo heist are halved. I think it was actually on the what's new section, I think, if I could point it out though. But yeah, as of Chrono Enterprise, pretty much every single heist setup is amazingly like $25,000. So it's not the most significant thing ever, but if you do a lot of the heists, then yeah, it can definitely be kind of a nice money saver. But since every heist is like $25,000, if it would have set up like cost me half, it's not really that significant anymore. So it's more useful if you do a lot of heists essentially, whereas if you barely do any, it's barely going to be even worthwhile. And then the military rifle and combat shotgun found on the island for Caprico are 30% off at ammunition. So the military rifle and then the combat shotgun. Military rifle, I feel it's alright at best, but I'd rather use something like the heavy rifle or like the surface carbine. I feel having those 15 extra rounds is much more worthwhile. Especially with like all the accuracy you kind of get with the surface carbine. Assuming the stats are actually telling the truth. Assuming the stats are actually truthful there. I feel that new surface carbine is definitely pretty awesome. So, I feel the military rifle kind of fell off of some of the newer additions from Contracts and in Criminal Enterprises though. And then yeah, the combat shotgun. I feel they did better combat shotguns in like the 3D Universe games. Like, especially the one in, like, Grand Theft Auto 3, that one's, like, overpowered as all hell. It doesn't feel anywhere near as crazy as that for the combat shotgun. So, And, obviously, the assault shotgun with all that fiery and stuff's gonna be so much better. So definitely, the assault shotgun is definitely still way better than that could be. So honestly, I don't really feel like how Prinko heist weapons are really all that impressive, especially with some of the newer assault rifle editions and the assault shotgun. Either way, you are getting 30% off of them, so if you want to complete your like weapon arsenal, now's a good time. And yeah, short sleeve party shirts are 30% off. So that's a cosmetic on 30% off. And then yeah, pretty much the rest of the discounts are going to be vehicles, though I think I might want to do one of these time trials right now, why not? So I can get some of the gameplay side of things out of the way first. Oh yeah, Cypress Lots is over here, that's alright. I'm not going to do RC Bandito, I don't really do RC Bandito because they're uninteresting, given you can only use one vehicle, so I pretty much just do the ones with more proper vehicles in the game. And yeah, if I could do the door I would, but you cannot do that. I miss when you could use rocket boosted vehicles, honestly. It's pretty cool when you could, but yeah. Of course Rockstar was the fun police and they took that out now. Back when you could use stuff like the vigilante and shit.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up.
Like seriously though, these time trials pay like peanuts. I feel they should let you use the rocket boosted vehicles. Like they used to, but whatever now.
I'll bring it by.
And yeah, I'm doing a drag for the regular time trial. And HSW, I'll do my Sterling GT run, which is the vehicle I'm currently using for the HSW vehicles. I forgot to mention that earlier. Not sure why I didn't have so many thumbs there, but whatever. fucking head hurts and shit. It's kind of so I can't think the most straight right now per se. So if I sound fucked, it's because my head's a bitch right now. Again. Oh, and yeah, I didn't mention the saw Elon Musk on fucking Twitter. I saw Elon Musk on Twitter make a like poll or something if Trump should come back. Hell yes, Trump should fucking come back. It was bullshit. He got fucking banned in the first place and shit. It was the actual people doing the fucking insurrection that did the fucking insurrection. It wasn't Trump himself that did any of that shit. He just told people to come. He didn't tell them to be all crazy and shit. In fact, he's been doing it as a poll, and he's not just straight up bringing back like other people do. Like, bro, just fucking bring him back. Fuck the cancel culture, and it's wrong. Cancel culture is almost never for anything actually fucking good, though. In my experience, I actually know. But cancel culture does not actually, like, do anything actually fucking beneficial. Not beneficial, I feel, whatever, though. I would do it anyways, even if most people vote no for any reason. I just could just be a fun poll just because, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it regardless, I don't know. Hope so. Bro, come on. Okay, this time I'm doing it without commentating, and if you want to commentate when doing that shit, and I'm doing it when you're just good. Are you fucking kidding me? What? Oh my god, I swear you didn't know. Oh, stupid. I feel like driving forward and just having to turn the fuck around, but man, I'm going backwards so fucking slow, and even with just fucking W brakes, bro. When they should flying backwards events, they just W brakes, but what the fuck ever, man. Damn, I was not expecting a good break there, but... Motherfuck, how? Oh my god, I wasn't careful. God. I was not expecting to do this many runs there, bro. I don't feel like you have to on this one this many times, but giving up the kind of shortcut for the off-road sections, I feel to make it, it's kind of necessary, I feel. I wonder if it'd be better if I went like over here or something instead, even though the GPS tells me otherwise, given how close it is. Maybe. Maybe if I go more straight for a while, maybe to here, and up there. Might take a bit of a detour, that might be better actually. This GPS route is not always the best. Haven't necessarily really experimented too much with this one though, I feel, for non-GPS route now. Holy shit, yeah, that's quick. I don't think I've ever actually tried going that way before, but yeah. Especially with HSW, I felt it was worth a try though. Finally, though. Finally. I'm surprised it took that long for me this time. But yeah, I guess before I do the last time trial, I might as well finish the remaining discounts here. The vehicles, one's kind of vehicle slash property. But yeah, I'll start off with the property one first, kind of, and that will be the Casaca here. As you can see, there's already a renovation discounting on there of some kind. I think it's 35% for that as well, I assume. Alright, yeah, the modifications as well are indeed 35. Yeah, cosmetic color and flag. Sonar station. I guess this just gives you the sonar capabilities on your Kasaka, I guess. So I guess you have to unlock the sonar for the Kasaka. The sonar on the sonar on like the Avisa and the Torador might also be tied to the sonar station, so you might need sonar station to get the sonar at all for those hidden caches. You could technically just look up a guide, I guess, on YouTube, and then again, they are underground, and again, they're actually underwater collectibles, so I don't really feel a map would necessarily be the most helpful, to be fair, so if you're big on the hidden caches, sonar station would be kinda nice for non-PvP related uses there, but yeah. I feel it's more of a thing for player versus player if you want to see other, like, Kasakas and whatnot. But obviously, it's hidden cache money opportunity. Guided missiles. Yeah, guided missiles, those are like missiles you can use from these things that have like 4,000 meter range. For example, I think you can go from like Vespucci fast travel, and then I think you can get like a missile all the way over to like the land back, like reservoir, like dam or whatever. Which is kind of the same route from like the first like regular time trial, and it goes from like Vespucci like pier, like Vespucci Beach pier and whatever over to the land back dam. So that's a good distance that it can cover. It can basically cover the whole entire city, at least for the Vespucci Beach fast travel, which is nice. And yeah, it can make it very slightly useful for something like Headhunter as well, as I actually showed off in like my review, but it's pretty difficult. It's pretty difficult to do a Headhunter with guided missiles though, but it's totally possible as far as I know. It's not the most useful thing, but there's definitely some nice uses, there's definitely some niche uses that could be had there. And yeah, weapon workshop, just your typical Mark II like weapon, like workshop weapon station. So it's a location where you can get your Mark II weapons. You can turn Mark 1 to Mark II weapons, and then you can do your like Mark II ammo and whatnot. I feel it's a bit outclassed though by the agency though, since the agency has like that feature as well. Plus, I think you get more like discounted like prices on like weapons and stuff at your agency. Plus, those set two exclusive weapons at like the agency. Agency, I think, also actually allows you to buy armor as well, and just like an ammunition. So you might as well do the armor at like the agency if you're going for just one like thing like that. But still, if you do the Caprico heist a lot, then having a weapon workshop here could be quite the convenience. And then yeah, your moonpool vehicles, there's the Sparrow and then the Avista. The Avista, as I mentioned, you can actually use the sonar capabilities on the Avista, but then he has a four-seater submarine, but I think it's the slowest submarine in the entire game actually, from what I've saw from probably 152 on his spreadsheet. So the Avista is pretty bad. It's not really too worth it if you don't want to collect all the like unique vehicles in the game that have its like own dedicated slot. You might as well get it because nothing else can fill the spot, I feel, but if you're tight on money, then it's probably not the biggest buy. And yet a Sparrow is 30% off, so a Sparrow is actually on discount now. So I'll talk about this one here. But yeah, the Sparrow, that's the helicopter that I pretty much fly at the start of all of my like streams here, as I showed off. Obviously, the Sparrow is the main thing I actually fly. Definitely one of the best helicopters in the game. I believe it's apparently still #1 top speed. I think the Kanata was #1 lap time, but yeah, even with the Kanata, it's still #1 top speed on the Sparrow here, so best helicopter for getting from point A to point B. And being in the air, it's a lot more practical usage for top speed than on like the ground where you have like cornering and stuff you have to do pretty much. So you want more top speed and lap time, I would say, for a helicopter. So it's basically best point A to point B travel helicopter. And then you can do machine gun or missiles. Machine gun, Obviously, you don't really want the machine guns since you have to like be very accurate with your aiming. Whereas the missiles, they're just gonna hold on for you. So that's, and yeah, the missiles have no cooldown as well, so I think you can pretty much just like shoot them unlimitedly. Similar to most of the newer vehicles in the game. So it makes it a very good grinding helicopter, since it has some very good weaponry too. And just recently, they actually added the countermeasures over to the Sparrow. So just recently, they even added countermeasures to the Sparrow, which isn't good at all for player versus enemies. If you don't really play against players, it's not going to be that useful, but it's even useful. It's even more useful now in a player versus player situation, or if you're in a public lobby. With those flares and like countermeasure options now, flare and like chaff countermeasure options. And something about the flares, apparently they're actually unlimited, apparently, on like the countermeasures. So whether you get flares or the chaff, they're actually apparently unlimited, so that's pretty interesting. So it's just like blimp where it has unlimited flares, but you can also get unlimited chaff as well, which is pretty crazy. I think it's the only vehicle in the game with unlimited chaff, which is the one that prevents lock-on for a few seconds, which is typically the better one than flares, I would say. So it's pretty unique in terms of the new countermeasures as well for criminal enterprises. Definitely a very S tier grinding vehicle, I would say. It's definitely worth the recommendation. Okay. And then I think it's pretty much worth stocking in dock tees. I think they have the remaining vehicle discounts. It's only 2 remaining websites, I think. Like 7, it looks like, and then I think there's the Longfin as well. Yeah, there's 6 there, and then there's 1 on Doxy, so it looks like, yeah, okay, just making sure here. So I'll start off here, I'll go from the top to bottom, like left to right. But yeah, starting off at the Varus here, that will be on a 30% off discount. So instead of being like $190,000, $144,400, barely any savings here, so kind of a pass. And yeah, with Agent 14 and the Criminal Enterprises DLC, you can literally just like spawn one from Agent 14, so just won't have like performance upgrades and stuff, but yeah. Varus, I don't recall necessarily being like good performance though. I'll have to check it out here. Either motorcycle or off-road, I think it is. Okay, it seems to be an off-road. Okay, wait. I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now. 'Cause I don't know if I'm seeing an off-road now on the spreadsheet now Oh, it is. Okay, never mind. I just confounded there. We had a Varus, according to the spreadsheet for off-road class, is a F tier off-road vehicle at worst, at best. So the Varus, that would be at least 31st place lap time. I think 32nd though, because of Draugr, and then 31st place for top speed. So it's in the 30s for performance, so you're not getting really any good performance. Might even be like the slowest ATV in the game as well. Or actually, there's a lifeguard blazer that's apparently slower, but yeah. Even though it's a newer ATV, there is faster ATVs as well. So it's not really your fastest ATV option. So aside from customization, there's not really much reason to get it. And then the weaponized dinghy here. Weaponized thingy. Instead of being 1,850,000, it's 1,202,500, and I think that's on a trade price. Pretty sure I have the trade price on this one, so I think it's more expensive if you have not earned the trade price. So you're kind of getting around 650,000 savings, just about. But yeah. Has one gun on the front. Not the most weaponized boat here. If you want a more weaponized boat, I think there's this Kurt's 31 patrol boat here. For the couple attack boats in the game, but yeah. Unfortunately, you do need another player to operate the gun here. It's not like the police boat in like Grand Theft Auto 3 and like Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories. A couple of the 3D University games actually have like attack boats where you can actually use like the guns as like a driver or something, but they're like guns on like the actual boat, I think, or something. So I wish it was more like a 3D universe, like attack boat, where you can actually use like driver-mounted weaponry, which would be nice. But yeah, you need another player to get the gun operational, and also it's an attack boat, so it's very limited in its usage. Where like 95% of the content in the game is on land. If this game had a lot more like usage of the water, then perhaps this could be much better. But just barely anything you need like a water vehicle for, so it's a very niche vehicle, so it's not really too useful unless you want to collect all the weaponized vehicles, essentially. And yeah, the squatty, instead of 1,130,000, it is $791,000. So I want to say around $340,000 in savings here or something, and I think it's off-road again. Or actually having this SUV on this one. Alright, yeah. The Squatty is a F tier SUV, according to roughly 152 spreadsheet, F tier SUV. And that makes it 25th place for lap time, and then 24th place for top speed. So yeah, it's in the 20s for placements, and not really good. And yeah, you would think with the look of it, and since it's on Warstock, you might be able to like armor it up on like the windows and stuff, similar to like older vehicles I can do like the same thing with, for example. Like for example, there's a lot of like different gun running vehicles where you can put like armor plate on here. I think the Night Shark comes to mind, Half Track, to an extent the DNFAV and like stuff like the weaponized stamp and stuff. You can actually put like armor plating on those, kind of, and they actually like give you bullet protection. You would think looking at this one that you could do the same thing here, but no, you cannot. It's not really going to do that much for you, really. And yeah, you would think it's armored as well, given the look of it and stuff, but I do not even think it's armored either, so you're just getting like a very typical vehicle here, which is pretty disappointing here. So, this vehicle does not really provide much, and therefore I feel it's pretty worth passing on. Next vehicle here is the Vader. Unlike the Varus and the Squatty, where you need to like use up your like garage slots to fill up, though, the Vader is a Pegasus vehicle, so therefore you do not have to worry about like garage slots being used up. So therefore, as long as you want to own all the Pegasus vehicles, you pretty much can, because there's no limit on Pegasus vehicles, so you can buy any Pegasus vehicle you want. There's no like storage for Pegasus vehicles or anything. And yeah, Vader has a crazy 10 seating capacity apparently. So I think you could also use like the barracks and stuff from like day one of the game. The barracks from like day one of the game that you can literally find out like Fort San Cayo and stuff. I think can also fit like around 10 players as well. Maybe like 8 or something, but still not really want to need 10 seats, I feel, but it's still pretty impressive, I feel. To feel the main cool thing about it is the 10 seating capacity. Besides for that, it's pretty much useless, I feel, given it's a Pegasus vehicle. It does not have explosive resistance. But it's a Pegasus vehicle, and therefore it cannot be modified or anything. So it's pretty limited in utility. Venture Scout, that was already covered earlier, because I was at Simeon's. Winky. The Winky is next, and I'm pretty sure this one's an off-road vehicle. And yeah, even though it's on Warstock, it's kind of just your typical like civilian vehicle. And yeah, the Winky, according to Bruffy 1322, it is pretty much the worst off-road vehicle in the game if you don't count any non-raceable options that you cannot use in a race anyways. Which makes it at best 35th place for lap time and 35th place for top speed. So it's pretty much the bottom tier off-road vehicle in the game. And again, just like the Squatty, you actually cannot like have armor on it or anything. And again, just like the Squatty, you cannot have like weaponry or anything, like no armor, weaponry or anything. So that's pretty useless. So you only want it for modifications and stuff. It's gonna be pretty much useless because there's no explosive resistance and stuff. At least this one looks like it's supposed to be a typical vehicle, whereas this one kind of looks misleading here, I feel. At least this one doesn't really look like it's supposed to be useful. Would have been nice if there's like a weaponized version of it, but the one that's in the game now is useless though. And then it looks like the last of these Caprico heist vehicles for Warstock here goes to the Annihilator Stealth. And yeah, the Annihilator Stealth, I think looking at all these discounts, is probably going to be your most useful one aside for the Kasaka and the Sparrow. Kasaka and Sparrow are no doubt your best discount options on the site. This is definitely third place for the different discounts right now. On this site at least. But yeah, on a trade price, the Annihilator Stealth is like 2,092,000 or something instead 2,041,750. So it seems to get like around like $900,000 off almost, maybe over as well. I'm not sure if it's 902 or 992, so yeah, maybe over 900,000, maybe almost a million savings here. But it's a 6-seater. six-seater, which is nice. Comparing it to the other stealth helicopter in the game, the Akula has 2 more seats, and that's a little bit of a pro to it. But yeah, for the most part, even though it came after the Akula, it's not as good as the Akula. Has like the same weaponry, I think, like the machine guns and like the choice of like the homing missiles and like the barrage missiles, so you pretty much get all the same weaponry. But this is actually not as armored as the Akula. The Akula actually has more armor to it, and it's actually less price when not on the discount. Obviously, with Annihilator Stealth on discount with trade price, you're actually getting a better price in the Stealth than the Akula right now, so it makes it a little more worth getting. But yeah, if you only care for one Stealth helicopter, just get the Akula. Pretty much has all the features this has for the most part, and it actually has more armor apparently from what I've heard. Like the Akula can take more like a few missiles, whereas this one only takes like a couple missiles to destroy as far as I remember. But obviously it's a very good vehicle. It's a stealth helicopter, and the stealth helicopters are some of the better vehicles in the entire game. I feel it can be like an A to like a S tier, like grinding vehicle, I would say in the game at best. It's still pretty good. But yeah. Trying to think of anything else unique with this. You might be able to rappel out of the helicopter. But yeah, rappelling out of the helicopter, that's kind of just a cosmetic thing unless you go like beneath the helicopter and whatnot. Has this utility, but it wouldn't really be all that practical. And then I think it might be harder for missiles to hit the vehicle as well in comparison to the Akula, but missiles can still hit pretty easy depending on what you're facing against and whatnot. But yeah, has a misplaced hitbox, so I think it's harder to hit it with missiles, but yeah. When you do hit it with missiles, it can be taken down pretty easily though. So, nowhere near as good as the Akula, but still a very good grinding vehicle. Not as quick as the Akula either, so it has a less speed than the Akula with the Annihilator stealth, because the Annihilators are pretty slow for this and the regular Annihilator. So you won't get as good speed, but still a very good grinding helicopter as that point to point B travel, and then you have the stealth capability, so if you get like 3-star 1 level or over, which spawns to helicopters, you can just go into stealth mode and it turns to 2-star. So then you lose the helicopters, which is nice. Yeah, basically just a lesser version of the Akula for the most part. But still a very top tier grinding vehicle. And then, yeah. Last but not least, the long fin. And that is a 15% off discount. That's right, you're only getting 15% off this vehicle. So what, you're only getting like $240,000 off the trade price even? That's pretty kind of bad, I feel, but yeah. Beta Longfin, so Song Docties, it's a non-weaponized boat. So it's not weaponized, so you're just purely getting speed. It's pretty much the quickest boat though in terms of lap time and top speed though, so you are getting pretty actual good performance for the boat class here. So it is pretty much the quickest boat in the game, I'm pretty sure, as of when it came out. I know boats released after Caprico, I'm pretty sure, so it should be the quickest still. But aside for that, it's just a Pegasus vehicle pretty much, so it's just a typical boat aside for being the fastest boat, pretty much. And your boats aren't going to be used that much, pretty much, so it's basically just a Pegasus vehicle and it's probably going to collect dust. And yeah, that was all the discounts, so that will do for the event side of things. I might do a Caprico heist on stream since, I don't know, I haven't done one in forever, but I haven't actually done a Caprico heist after Colonel Enterprises, actually. The last Caprico heist I did was before Colonel Enterprises, and there's a good reason I haven't done one, like, after Colonel Enterprises, and that's because of the nerfs they did in the Caprico heist. So, I don't know, it might be kind of exciting to do one again, I guess. But I'll probably mainly just do business shit, to be fucking honest, for my money making from now on, since I nerfed Caprico. Special cargo might be my new, like, money making or something, and if I only... Fucking head hurts too, as I'm doing this, so maybe I'll not do it on the stream then, maybe I'll just do it privately though. That's pretty much, Heist pretty much plays out the same though, I think it's just like nerfs that are pretty much different though. And then nerfs just pretty much have to do with like primary and like secondary target and then like the cooldowns for like how long you have to wait and whatnot, pretty much. So unless I'll probably just end the stream after days just to be dodged over my fucking goddamn head hurts apparently.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. I'll bring it to you. Okay? I got stuff to do.
I kind of forget what garage I one's in all the time, I'll be honest. Cause yeah, that's right, there's 2 apartments of Criminal Enterprise, I kind of just think of the one for some reason. I've been putting like newer vehicles in from the Drippy and kind of forget about like my garage as like the day 1 Criminal Enterprise vehicles pretty much. I'm doing my Sterling GT run for Star Trucks, that's the vehicle I'm on here. Oh yeah. Oh fucking shit. Yeah. Oh my god, go. Come on. Yeah, since I'm driving in a super fast vehicle and shit, apparently my fucking grandpa died, apparently, so that was interesting. Yeah, my fucking grandpa died, apparently, so that was interesting. Oh my god, go, come on. Fuck. He would mainly spend money with his like gay friends and shit, and wouldn't spend money much with family and shit, so it kinda makes it funny like how much I even fucking care and shit, so, I don't know why I'm mentioning it here, but fucking whatever, no. Cat butchered his run, apparently, but still did it regardless first try, yeah. Yeah, that is $32,071,005 in there, apparently. Oh, and yeah, nightclub, that's right, my nightclub is full with the safe right now, so I might go there then. Why not? Why not get on stream too?
You ain't worth a piece of dog shit. No, you should never mumble.
And I think you can actually run in a nightclub now as well. I think they actually made it where you can run in a nightclub now.
In Del Perro somewhere.
Oh,
Hey
I
boss,
haven't been in
Phil,
there
Johan,
because
from your
I
nightclub
was
basement.
telling you
I'm the
this.
tech guy.
Unlike
It's
everyone,
totally cool if you don't remember me. I know you're busy and sorry, I'm rambling.
I do not remember
It's
you.
just with
No.
all this craziness with the gas prices, supply chains, I've been looking into some new options we have for keeping our stock levels high. High risk, high reward. That's like your MO, right? Anyway, if you're down, just give me a call. I'll set you up, okay? Bye. I'm sorry to bother you. Bye.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember any character. Yeah. I forgot that was gonna happen. If I went in a nightclub. Yeah, well, only nightclub because of copyright reasons. Not playing music here. But yeah, 250,000. Apparently, I made a 33 million here. 33,000,000, 31,000, $95 apparently. So yeah, head's fucking hurting like a fucking bitch and shit. So I'm fucking ending the stream here. I was gonna do Capri guys down the stream, but yeah, I just did it off stream. I don't really care. I've played it like hell anyways on streams before. And the changes they did don't actually impact the actual heist, pretty much just like loot stuff and like cooldowns and shit. So just probably gonna play the same for the most part when doing just one heist on a stream. that's pretty much going to be it for the stream. Hope you enjoyed.